The U.S., which George Bush has called the most peaceful nation on earth, has been at war with one country or another every year for the last 50 years, while bombs rain down on us and cruise missiles skid across the skies, while nuclear weapons are stockpiled to make the world a safer place.
And among those maimed and murdered, innocent children.
He's so close to death. Blood flows from a hole in his chest, holding a gold crucifix. Never did he think that he'd end up like this when he signed his life away in some recruiter's office. Baby, 2 months due, what's a brother to do? He hears the groans of wounded men so close to the end. To them it makes no difference. Foe of friends, some call for the mothers in vain, others allow blame. Some pray to Jesus hoping he can ease the pain. Ultimately your pawns in a sick and twisted game. But ashamed as a man won't live to see his son grow up, dying all for the land. Blood pouring from a mortal wound like red raindrops hitting the sand. Many more will suffer. Sons and daughters, mothers and fathers grieving that grave sight on both sides of this hemisphere. So many things we take for granted, from the life we lead to the air we breathe. The division amongst us, it runs so deep. The mountain seems so steep, but there's still hope left. Deep inside I believe, consequences of war. I pray for my seed, you cannot ignore. We cannot ignore, they cannot ignore the consequences of war. You cannot ignore, we cannot ignore. They cannot ignore the consequences of war. You cannot ignore, we cannot ignore. They cannot ignore the consequences of war. You cannot ignore, we cannot ignore. They cannot ignore the consequences of war. You cannot ignore, we cannot ignore. They cannot ignore the consequences of war. You gotta truly think about this life that we facing. Stuck in this monetary world, money we chasing. Secret society, cops keeping an eye on me like I'm the terrorist. When really it's just our president, he's acting devilish like he got ties to Satan. The 5% on top has been our base since the Masons, and we can't replace him cause nobody voted him there. Fuck democracy, my middle fingers in the air. Be prepared for the worst, and it's broke of the century. Not everything is fair, but everything is meant to be. I see my destiny, and I'm trying to make it manifest. Child of God, but still I'm just a man of flesh. Seem like the whole world blind and fat. In the hood, there's little children still dying to crack. Wish they would take the time to look at the facts, cause somebody's getting paid off an hour today. You cannot ignore, we cannot ignore. They cannot ignore the consequences of war. You cannot ignore, we cannot ignore. They cannot ignore the consequences of war. You cannot ignore, we cannot ignore. They cannot ignore the consequences of war. You cannot ignore, we cannot ignore. They cannot ignore the consequences of war. While the name is lead through the streets of New York, 20 some odd years it's been one long walk, pushing a shopping cart filled with odds and ends, mumbling to himself, this man has no friends, prone to snap and flash back when the car backfires. It's been like that since he got back from his first tour of duty. Started doing heroin to escape the maddening senseless carnage. Never wanted to harm kids. I've been like this deep in the bush. Him and his squad got ambushed, bodies dropped with over shots. Ruby trapped on trip wires. He couldn't understand why fate spent his life, but his whole squad died. From that moment on, he was never the same. Night fell in the jungle, started to rain. Stumbles on the village, clip after clip into the M16. Followed by grenades filled with so much hate. He sees his fire, everything gets real quiet. Walk up to a hut, knocking the door down with a butt of his rifle. Falls to his knees and starts to cry, begging for forgiveness, Lord. Why did I do this? Looking in the eyes of a dead boy. In the arms of his mother, came back to the States, mentally fucked and hooked on dope. The country that he served shows him no respect, no benefits. He's a homeless vet, pushing a shopping cart, filled with odds and ends, with the souls of dead folk to accompany him. He's a homeless vet, pushing a shopping cart, filled with odds and ends. You cannot ignore, we cannot ignore, they cannot ignore the consequences of war. You cannot ignore, we cannot ignore, they cannot ignore the consequences of war. You cannot ignore, we cannot ignore, they cannot ignore the consequences of war. You cannot ignore, we cannot ignore, they cannot ignore the consequences of war.
This will not be another Vietnam. And I repeat this here tonight. Our troops will have the best possible support in the entire world. These attacks continue as I speak.
Oil keeps America's engines purring sweetly.